on the hit show Grey's Anatomy. Please welcome the beautiful Sara Ramirez.
Great.
First of all, look at you rocking it, honey.
Well,
you look fantastic. Okay. You take it. Holly likes it. Everyone likes it.
Holly likes it.
That's all you need, baby.
That's
all you need. How's everything?
Great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the Rosie show.
Come on.
The new Rosie show.
In the Harpo Oprah studio.
Hello.
Does it get better than that?
I don't think it does.
No.
I don't think it does.
I can think of one thing that maybe would be equal.
What?
If you were starring in a Broadway show and you won the Tony and then ABC came to you and said, I'll put you on any show you want, and you got to pick. Who did that happen to?
Well, I don't know.
That would be you.
That would be me.
Yes.
Well, you know, the story is that they said, let's work together for, you know, on something for a 7-episode arc.
Okay.
What they said.
On any show.
It was limited, which is still great.
Yeah.
Like, that never happens.
Ever.
And so they said, you know, on one of our shows. And so I was really into Grey's Anatomy. It was an incredible show.
Still
I was
is.
a huge fan. Thank you. And so then they flew Shonda Rhimes out to see me in Spamalot. Spamalot?
Spamalot.
Spamalot. No, Spamalot. And that was kind of like my first audition in a way. And then we had brunch the next day. So that was kind of the second half of my
audition. Which one was scarier? Performing knowing she was there?
Performing because I was actually not well that weekend. And, you know, as a singer, you're just kind of like, that's your instrument. And if that's sort of... But to this day, she swears that, you know, she didn't notice anything. And, you know, a neurotic actor-singer notices everything.
Was it your first Broadway show?
No, my fourth.
It was. What did you do before? Oh, you did Kate Man, I remember.
Did Kate Man. That was the first.
I love that
Paul
show.
Simon musical.
That was a Paul Simon musical. Like Mark Anthony, he sort of was...
Yes, Mark Anthony, Ruben Blades.
Right, his first big thing was that show. But it opened and closed quickly, right?
Very quickly.
Yes.
Blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And then I did The Gershwin's Fascinating Rhythm, which was a review that also didn't last very long, and then A Class Act, which was another show about Ed Kleban, who wrote A Chorus Line.
Oh, that's right.
So anyway.
And then you get this Spamalot, Monty Python.
Spamalot,
and boom, you get the Tony Award.
And
come on, honey.
I mean, it was really exciting.
What did it feel like? Was it dreamy?
It was dreamy. Yeah, it was dreamy. It was surreal, and I just tried to stay present in the moment. I was wearing a very tight dress. I could barely breathe. My girls couldn't even stay in. I hiked them up before I went on stage, and I was sick at the time. So, you know, again, it was just like, yeah, it was a lot of pressure.
People realize how much strenuous activity it is to do 8 shows a week.
Well, you know, it just requires an intense amount of discipline. And, you know, also those theaters are dusty and there's allergies and it's New York and, you know, you're under a lot of pressure and stress. And actually lately I've been working on stress management because I find that stress can kill you. Like, it can make you sick. It lowers your immune system. So stress management has become really, really big for me, especially in the last, like, year or two.
And what are you doing for that?
Well, really picking and choosing the things I say yes to, you know?
Smart, honey.
And it's tough because sometimes you have to disappoint people. But also 3 years ago, my best friend, Aldi Rodriguez, died of liver cancer. He was 45. He was diagnosed with liver cancer like overnight. And he had hepatitis A and B, which we didn't know about, and it went untreated. So we started a foundation for him to educate people about hepatitis A and B, and we provide free vaccination and testing for hepatitis A and B. And so he was given 3 months to live, and he only made it 6 weeks.
Oh.
And so, yeah, it was sad, and I went through a very dark grief process, which you know, the grief process lasts forever, as, you know, you're always dealing with it, but the first 2 years were incredibly dark, and I couldn't process much of anything except what was in front of me. Like, any new information was too much for me, so getting out of bed to go to work was like all I could handle, and so that also encouraged me to focus on well-being and wellness and really trying to, again, de-stress and find healthy ways to decompress. And
where did you know him from? Your whole life? Were you friends with him?
No. We met in New York, actually, over the summer. We were part of a kids theater group.
And he was an actor?
Yeah, he was an actor and a computer graphics designer, and he was awesome. And, you know, we enjoyed food together very much. I love food. And after he passed away, like, my relationship with food had to kind of switch. I did a cleanse like a year or so ago, and I called my friend Katie Day, who does it, and she's amazing.
You mean a cleanse like all liquid everything?
No, it's not all liquid everything. Her website is katieday.com, and she explains everything. Some of it is juicing, green juice, or everything organic. She can even like do food prep or take you through all the recipes, but it's really about balancing your system out. stomach and your intestines are like its own little ecological system.
Yeah.
And if it's out of balance when you eat too much bread, I heard y'all talking about bread earlier. I know, because I love bread too. I love cheese. I love sugar.
Yeah.
Like, and all that kind of stuff. So when you start eliminating certain things, which is what I'm working on right now, literally in the last 2 weeks, I've taken out wheat and gluten and sugar and dairy, and I know it's so depressing.
No, it's not depressing. I want you to stop, though. I'm taking a break, and then I want you to tell me how you did it. Because I've been trying to do it for 49 years.
Oh,
and honey, honey, it ain't easy.
It's not easy.
More with Sara Ramirez
It's
when
not
we come
easy.
back. Grey's Anatomy, Tony winner. In your brain.
Absolutely.
We're back, and we had so much fun. Holly is wearing a Spanx undershirt. Enough said. Anyway, but Sara, we were talking about weight and Hollywood and how hard it is, you know?
Yeah.
It's tough, and you were saying your mom put you on Weight Watchers when you were 10?
Yeah, I was pretty young, and I think that, you know, again, it's generation to generation. A lot of these body image issues get passed down.
Yes.
So, you know, parents are doing the best they can.
Right.
And, but yeah, I was trained pretty early on to perceive food as either an obsession or just a very negative, horrible thing that I had to feel guilty about, you know?
Right.
And so it's changed a lot through the years, through a lot of work, and a lot of it's, you know, spiritual, mental, emotional healing as well. And
Correct.
I was just saying
It's
that
connected. It's all connected.
it's all connected, and exercise is huge, like sweating it out, you know, sweating it out. Sometimes Sandra Oh and Chandra Wilson and I will go work out together.
Right.
You know, and sometimes I'll pop a DVD in my living room and work out by myself.
Right. Well,
And
my
just
doctor
do
said
my
to me,
thing.
what could I do to get you to work out an hour a day? I'm like, cast me in a Broadway show.
Oh, that's the best
'Cause-
workout.
And you have to do it because it's
Yeah.
all the cast and you feel that camaraderie. And
Oh, absolutely.
after 2 months, you're like in shape and you're feeling healthy and great.
Well, there's a lot of joy involved in
Yes.
being on stage, you know,
Yes.
on Broadway specifically, but even off Broadway. Being on stage, there's camaraderie, like you said, there's this relationship with the audience alive. It just feeds you.
I agree.
And it actually takes a while to calm down when you get home, right? To go to sleep.
And then you're in this like community
on
of
such a
people
high.
that have such a strange work time life, right? You
Right.
get home at midnight and you're still revving to go.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you got
yeah.
another 2 hours before you calm
Oh,
down.
are you going to try to go back to?
I would love
the
to,
theater?
but you know, unlike you, I can't sing or dance. It's a little bit of a problem. But when a show's closing, you know, like they're about to close and they're like, what could we do? Let's see if Rosie will do it. You know what I mean? Like Fiddler on the Roof. When you think of Jewish theater, you think of Rosie O'Donnell, you know, but I love it so much I say yes anytime they ask.
No,
you know?
I miss the theater
You do?
for sure, for
Would
those
you-
very reasons.
Would you go back?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
if it was the right role and the right show.
Do you have a dream role?
Evita.
Wow.
But you know, they're bringing it to Broadway. Like
With Ricky Martin?
Missed that boat.
Well,
yeah.
and who's gonna play? Who's playing you?
I think right. Girl. No, Elena Rogers, I think her name is.
I don't
Sorry.
know her. Don't know her.
But yeah, she's playing the role, and I hear she's fabulous, and it's all good.
And is
But,
there? Did you, as a kid, did you sing along to Patti LuPone? Is that?
I think it was more like high school and college years.
Yeah.
I remember driving to, because I grew up in San Diego, born in Mexico, raised in San Diego, and my friend and I skipped school to go see her in Westwood when she was going to leave to go to London to do Sunset Boulevard.
Right, which I
She's
saw
doing-
in London.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh,
It was
and
fantastic.
so we went to Westwood to see her doing her goodbye show and
Right.
saw her sing Meadowlark, which is like one of my favorite.
Let's do a
songs
little.
of all
Come on.
time.
When I was a child,
When I was a girl, I had a favorite story of the meadowlark who lived where the rivers wind.
His voice could match his but he was only really nerdy theater people know that song. Look at Carice go.
She's all, huh?
I don't know that. Do you know that? That's the face she gives me usually.
Oh, God. My
Like,
producer is actually a huge theater fan, and he was laughing at me the other day because I didn't know a lot of the musicals that he was talking about, and he's like, they're going to take your Tony away.
They are.
Because I don't, you know, I'm actually like the worst musical theater person.
But if you know Meadowlark, honey, you get points for that.
All right, cool.
But that's also a Patti LuPone fan. And
Yeah?
you can't be a theater
I
person
love me some
without
Patti
being.
LuPone.
I do too, honey. There's no one better than her. I saw her in Evita on Broadway. And there's a piece of confetti on your necklace and your collarbone.
All right.
I think Holly did it. I don't know.
Are we? Oh, okay. It
Yeah,
matches.
it certainly does.
All right, celebrate.
Honey, you're so good on that show. We love you on
you.
it. You just got engaged. Congratulations.
Yes, I did. Thank
Good for
you.
you, babe.
Thank you.
And you've never looked better. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy for all your success.
Thank you. Thank you,
really.
Rosie.
Sara Ramirez, give it up. We'll be back with actor Common next on The Rosie Show.